Everyone, this is Terry Jeanette, and I'm here with a really special guest today. Now, when Tammy and I were planning the virtual Blythe Retreat 2025, we were really excited about the theme, which is spread kindness, and we wanted to come up with the perfect character to represent our theme. We wanted someone that could spread kindness, someone that was contemporary and loved to travel, and somebody that was social media savvy. And then we remembered, hey, we know somebody that's just like that. It's practically a part of our family. She's a successful internet influencer, a gluten-free foodie, and a fun person to be around. Casey Cromwell, also known as the College Celiac KC. Did I get that right?
You did. You nailed it.
Good. Thanks so much for joining us today, Casey. And let's go ahead and just hop right in, okay?
Sounds good.
All right. So I want to start out. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got started as an internet influencer?
So, like Terry mentioned, my name is Casey, and I've been sharing my online experience with eating gluten-free for celiac disease for over 12 years now. I was diagnosed right before I started college, and I've always been really into writing. So I was like, I can't find any resources on being gluten-free in college, so why don't I start making one? So I started with a blog, and then over the years, social media has become way more popular than blogs. So I kind of shifted over to doing more videos and posts and social media content. And now it's my full-time job.
Wow. I loved how you turned something that was such a difficult, life-changing experience into something that was positive where you could help others. And you have you do have a really positive attitude toward life. And that's something that I really love about you. So the next question is probably pretty obvious, but could you tell us what your mission is?
So my mission is honestly just to be the online gluten-free resource that I would have benefited from when I was newly diagnosed with celiac disease. Just because a lot of people, when they are diagnosed, all their doctor tells them is go gluten-free. And you're like, okay, what does that mean? So nowadays I share like new gluten-free products, recipes, funny memes, just to make people feel less alone and give them a little bit of guidance when they're starting their gluten-free journey.
That is really it's important that we understand about health. And there's a lot out there, a lot of us out there that have allergies to different types of food, and it's life-threatening. And I think we need to be aware and more alert of these things so we can help our friends and family. And also, if the time comes that we have to go through this, we kind of need to know a little bit about this. So, my last question is something that I'm really excited to learn about as a small YouTuber myself. So, what is your typical workday like?
I think one of the most interesting parts about being an influencer is there's no necessarily typical workday. So sometimes my day looks like getting up, going to the gym, and I work a lot on my phone. So all while I'm working out, I'm just going to be posting things, responding to comments, responding to emails from brands. And then usually I'll either be going to shoot later that day. So I'll go to grocery stores or be in my home making a recipe and getting all of that film content. Or if I shot the day before, usually I have an editing day where I'm just kind of at home looking at the phone, figuring out exactly how everything is going to be pieced together. And yeah, those are a lot of the components that my everyday includes.
You know, I love looking at your channels, your Instagrams and everything. It's actually quite entertaining.
I'm glad that's the goal.
Yeah, so even if you're not have you don't suffer from food allergies of any kind, it's still entertaining to look at. And I just get a kick out of it a lot of times.
And honestly, I'd say, like, as one little bonus
Yeah.
tip, I would recommend if someone wants to get into social media and making their own videos, follow people who aren't in your niche, who are just doing videos that you really like, because then it's a lot easier for you to see, like, oh, they made this video on, hair, but they used this really cool transition. I'm going to do that when I make this new video with food, so that you can kind of learn how to develop your own style and not feel too influenced by the other people who are posting the same kind of thing to you do, but still find inspiration other places.
That's a really good tip. I didn't even think
I
about that.
throw in a little bonus tip there.
Do you have anything else to add or?
I would say like my biggest tip if you are trying to grow your following or your channel would be to pay attention to what resonates with your audience. Pay attention to what you enjoy creating and try to find the overlap in those two. So for example, like I used to do just memes and those can be really fun and I enjoy making them, but it's also really important to realize, oh, my audience like wants more resources and wants more like new products and things that really give them a lot of value. So adding those in and kind of finding the overlap between what you enjoy and what your audience enjoys makes a big difference.
Great tips. Thank you, Casey. Now, I said that was the last question, but there is one more question. Where can
Okay.
we find you? I Google searched your name and I see you everywhere, and I noticed this is not your first interview, but where are some places we can find you?
I'm mostly active on Instagram and TikTok, both with the usernames College Celiac and the letters KC, just a shortened version of my name, Casey. And you can also find me on my new website, Gluten Free with Casey, Pinterest, Threads, pretty much anywhere.
Okay, good. Well, we'll have your links down below. So if anybody wants to follow you or check you out, that will be convenient for them to do that. And
Sounds
I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today. And let me know down in the comment section below if you or anybody you know has food issues, whether it's gluten-free or something else. I'd be really curious. And Casey, thank you so much for joining us and educating us about celiacs and gluten-free. I think it's really important that we understand the effects that this could have or any other food allergy. I like to throw that in there because
No, that definitely helps.
you got peanut allergy, you got all kinds of stuff. And it's important that we know they exist so we can encourage those who are going through this hard time and make it a
Great.
positive thing. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Y'all have a great day. This is Terry Jeanette signing out for now. Bye bye.